Hey there, let's play the Countryle for December 28th. Yesterday's answer was Niger. And as I suspected, it was marked by colonialism. So feel free to skip ahead to the solve. There should be a chapter marking in the description, or if you'd like to learn more about Niger, here we go. The Republic of the Niger is a landlocked country in West Africa bordered by Libya, Chad, Nigeria, Benin, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Algeria. Its population is about 24 million, and its capital is Niamey. Over 80% of Niger lies in the Sahara. Archaeological evidence of human habitation in the region of modern Niger dates back hundreds of thousands of years. Pottery, cattle husbandry, and agriculture appeared about 12,000 years ago. Rock art spanning the period from 10,000 BCE to 100 CE in the Aïr Mountains, the Termit Massif, and other regions is found depicting a range of subjects. By at least the 5th century BCE, the territory had become an area of trans-Saharan trade. Led by Tuareg tribes from the north, camels were used as a means of transportation. Over the centuries, this was accompanied by migration into the south and mixing between sub-Saharan African and North African populations. This also brought Islam to the area. A series of empires controlled the region from the 13th to the 19th centuries CE. The Mali Empire lasted for about 200 years during the 1200s through the 1400s. Parts of modern Niger fell under Malian rule, at one time under the reign of Mansa Musa, who is popularly known as the wealthiest figure in all of history, although his actual wealth is not known. The Songhai Empire lasted from the 1000s to 1591 and centered on the bend of the Niger River, eventually expanding to include much of modern-day Niger. In the north of modern Niger, the Sultanate of Aïr grew during the 1400s through 1906. The Kanem-Bornu Empire dominated the east and the region around Lake Chad from the 8th to the 18th centuries. Other smaller kingdoms encompassed the cultural linguistic area known as Hausa land, which straddles the modern Niger-Nigeria border. Many of these empires were Muslim, and Niger continues to be a majority Muslim country. In the 19th century, European travelers began visiting the area. During the scramble for Africa in 1885, the colonial powers divided Africa into spheres of influence. France gained control of the upper valley of the Niger River, which is roughly equivalent to modern-day Mali and Niger. A period of violence during the 1890s resulted in a massacre by Captain Voulet of the inhabitants of the village of Birni Nkani in 1899. In December 1904, the military territory of Niger was created within the Upper Senegal and Niger colony, which would become Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. The border with the British Nigeria was finalized in 1910. In 1922, Niger became a fully fledged colony within French West Africa, and its borders were fixed by the 1930s. The French generally adopted indirect rule, allowing existing native structures to continue to exist within the colonial framework. Various revolts were suppressed by force. After World War II, the French colonial empire was replaced with a less centralized French Union, which lasted from 1946 to 1958. It conferred a limited form of French citizenship on the inhabitants of the colonies. In 1956, Niger became an autonomous state within the French community, and on August 3, 1960, Niger became formally independent with Hamani Diori as president. Diori ran Niger as a single-party civilian regime. The education system was expanded, and there was some limited economic development. But a combination of economic difficulties, droughts, and corruption resulted in a coup d'etat that overthrew Diori in 1974 by Colonel Siani Kunche, who ruled until 1987. Thus followed a series of republics and military coups from 1991 to 2010, marked by internal violence and external threats. In 2010, the republic was again restored, with Mahamadou Issoufou elected president of this 7th republic. He was re-elected in 2016 and stepped down in 2020, and a new president was elected. Another coup was attempted but was thwarted, and newly elected president Mohamed Bazoum was sworn in on April 2, 2021. Much of the country is desert, with a tropical climate in the south along the Niger River. Niger has a semi-presidential system of government. The economy centers on subsistence farming, livestock, and uranium mining. Niger's population growth is 3.3%, one of the highest in the world, with an average of 7.1 children per mother. Can you imagine? Niger is made up of numerous ethnic groups. The official language is French, but there are 10 recognized national languages, which are Arabic, Buduma, Fulfulde, Gourmandchema, Hausa, Kanuri, Zarna and Songhai, Tamashak, Tasawak, and Tebu. Forgive my pronunciation. Niger is a secular state with freedom of religion guaranteed by the Constitution. Islam is the dominant religion practiced by 99% of the population. Niger suffers from high child and maternal mortality, scarce drinking water, and low rates of education, as well as few doctors and nurses. Niger ranks 189th on the Human Development Index and 179th in nominal GDP per capita. Life expectancy is 62 years. The infant mortality rate is 40.7 deaths out of 1,000 live births. The literacy rate is just 35%, and Niger is ranked 59th on the Press Freedom Index. So, I learned a lot. Hopefully you did too. Let's start in Niger and go from there. Oh, we're staying in Africa and heading west to a lower population and cooler. Well, there's not a lot of west left in Africa from Niger, so let's try Mali, right next door. Nope, smaller still to the northwest. Morocco? I don't know how many people Morocco has. Too many. Southwest of Morocco. Okay, we are. What about Senegal? Okay. North of Senegal. Well, we are definitely, is Western Sahara is counted separately. Okay, so it's Western Sahara. That's disputed, and some consider it part of Morocco, which is why I wasn't sure. Okay, well, that should be an interesting one for tomorrow. Staying in Africa. As I say, disputed territories are often fun to research. Let me know how you did. Feel free to drop a comment here or on today's Wordle video, which is linked in the description below, with a suggestion for a starting word for tomorrow's Wordle related to today's Countryle answer of Western Sahara. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you're not, leave a like and a comment, and I will see you tomorrow for some more Countryle.